Hello everybody, my name is Paul, the host of the PA Outdoorsman channel. I'm out here at my hunting spot, hunting some whitetail deer. Have a big buck that came through on trail cam, a few of them actually, a nice 6-point, a nice 7-point, and a nice 8-point. I'm going to see if I can get one of those guys to pop up today, and hopefully get a shot off at it, see if I can get it. Out here, give me 1 second here, and I'll show you my hunting area. As you can see right here in the mountain area, I'm on a little trail, logging trail type deal. Got some down trees, nice little area for them to bed up. You're just looking around. It's nice coverage for them to hunt and sit. I'm sitting in my muddy, can't remember the full name, but it's a muddy 250 ground blind, using my Killer Instinct Fierce 405 crossbow. Shooting Carbon Express X-Bolt 20-inch with the Rage hypodermic broadheads. They're 100 grain, and I believe the bolts are 440 grain. The crossbow does shoot at a 405 feet per second, and I'll be shooting it off of this Vanguard Series B60 Scout B62 tripod. So I'm going to see if I can make anything happen today. Something interesting comes along, I will film it. I'm not sure if I can be able to get a shot of the kill. If I do see one, just for the pure fact of I'm using my phone, and I do not have a tripod for it yet. Hopefully I get that issue solved here eventually. But yeah, just sitting down here, seeing what we can do. See if we can reel in that buck and get him down here today. Well guys, I'm still sitting out here. Still haven't seen anything come through yet. Not even see a doe yet. But it's going on like 11 o'clock now in the morning. That's how hunting goes. I've been sitting out here since about 6 this morning. But hunting don't always go as planned. But it is what it is. Still sitting out here, hoping for a buck to come walking through. I already tagged out 2 doe this year. I have one more doe tag, but I really want to get this buck. On these bucks, I'll upload pictures of these 3 buck with this video, if I remember. But just sitting out here waiting. See if something pops. But I'll keep you guys up to date on how this hunt's going. But this is the real life hunting. These videos you see all the time out on YouTube or TV, people just shooting deer all the time. They don't show you the background of hunting, how hunting really is. Hunting takes time, patience. You can go out a couple days in a row and not see a thing, or you can go out and see like crazy. Like I was the last 2 weekends, I seen deer like crazy. And by this time of the day, I've already seen 3 or 4 deer the last 2 weekends. Reckon the first deer I shot this year, I shot at first light. And the one I shot last weekend, I got within range, I shot at 4:30 in the afternoon. I mean, you can go out hunting, you can shoot a deer at first light, or you can shoot one last second. But that's hunting. We're in the prime time rut. Deer usually start moving around rut time around between 10 and 2 is usually a good time in the area I'm hunting at anyway. But this is hunting. A lot of sitting, a lot of waiting. You just don't give up. The more you hunt, the better odds you have. But you can go years without getting a deer. I had a streak of 7 years of not shooting a deer. Then just last year I didn't get one either. But I've been fortunate this year to shoot 2 so far. 2 weekends in a row. But this is the first year I've shot more than 1 deer in a whole entire year. But I got 2 more tags to fill. Hoping to get it done. Hopefully show you guys the results of the efforts. If I remember, I'll upload 2 pictures of the deer I've shot this year so far. But you gotta understand the backstory of those. It takes a lot of work to prep the area, have the deer come through. Can't just go out and sit and expect to shoot. You gotta put in the effort. It costs money. Yes. It can get very expensive real quick. Yes. But that's hunting. You wanna do it right. You have your old timers who just go out, just buy guns, go out and sit. I've done that for years and never paid off. Some years it did, sometimes it didn't. But you got to put the time and effort into the deer hunting. If you don't, your chances get slimmer. You take every advantage you can get. Put bait piles out during the summertime, during off season. Have them knowing this area, getting them into a bedded area. Look for the bedded areas, look for signs, go out scouting, look for scrapes, bedding areas, dig marks that they dig up when they're getting ready to go in the rut. And find deer trails and set up trail cameras all over the place to see out where they are and what their patterns are, what times they come through. I'm catching deers on the trail cam at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, catching them 3 in the morning, 12 in the morning, 5 in the evening, 7 in the morning. So where I'm hunting that day, it's just scattered. You never know when they're going to show up. They come at all times. But you need to know the area you hunt. You don't know the area you hunt, things will happen. Not see deers. Deer might not travel that area. And the only way you see a deer in that area is if they get spooked up by another hunter. Also, if you don't know the area you're hunting, you get lost easy, quick. You don't know your way back. You don't know your path. Remember your path you took. Familiarize yourself with the area you hunt. You don't, you can get lost, and you could be lost for days. Always know if you go either way, if you can get somewhere. Where I hunt, I go straight down the hill, I'm running to houses. I go up over the hill and down the other side, I run to more houses. So, I'm good on that part. But I know this area. I've been hunting this spot for 2 years now. But you need to familiarize yourself with the area. Just take time. More time you put in out in woods, sitting, watching, hunting, it will pay off. Can't just expect to go out there, oh, I'll shoot a deer in 5 minutes. I'm sitting each time I go out. It's not how it works. You have your days where you don't see a thing, and you have days where you've seen 15, 20 deer. Deer are unpredictable, even with the trail cams, to give you a general idea where they like to travel and like to be, but doesn't mean they're going to show up that time, that day. It means they're in the area, they travel the area, but they're not there that day. Or that time when you're there. You can walk out and 5 minutes later, the deer shows up. Or you could walk it in it and deer just left 5 minutes before you got up in. That's hunting. I love it. I love the hunting. I love the thrill. I love the adrenaline rush. I just love being out in the woods, sitting, watching. It's peaceful, relaxing. But also take into fact, after you shoot a deer, the work that goes into it if you want to do it. Once you get a deer, you need to gut it right away. People say you can let it go overnight and not gut it. Gut it right as soon as possible. Get those guts out to start the cooling process of the meat to keep it from spoiling. The longer the guts are in, the higher chance of it spoiling or going bad. But also keep in mind, when you shoot a deer, it may not stop in its tracks. You may have to track. Like the deer I shot last Saturday. I shot it at 4:30 in the afternoon. We didn't find it till 9 o'clock at night. So you got to get used to tracking. Sometimes you shoot a deer, it drop right in the tracks. Sometimes you shoot a deer, it'll run 20 yards, and you can see where it falls. Like that deer last weekend, I hit lung and heart, but it went over a half mile. You got to learn the track. Watch for blood. Watch where it goes as far as you can, as long as you can. That will help you know the general area it takes. But I'm still sitting here waiting for the deer. I'll give you guys an update here in a little bit. Well, guys, still sitting out here. Sit out here another hour or so. I'm gonna go out hunt with a buddy of mine. Still no deer. Not a single thing. Go out with him somewhere else. See if I can shoot a doe. Or a big buck if one pops up. But if I see a small buck, I'm just gonna pass up on it. More than likely, just because I want this. You see these pictures of these big boys. I want these big boys. One of these big boys. I can only harvest one buck here in PA a year. Or during flintlock season, if I have a flintlock, you can use that tag as a doe tag. But out here seeing what happens. Still nothing coming through. That's something. Don't always go out and get. But it's a fun adventure every time. But give you guys the update. Let you know before I leave. Once I leave this spot, that's going to be the end of this video. And won't have an upload for a few weeks. Because this is the last day I can go out archery. Hunting archery season ends Friday. And I have to work. I do have Sunday hunting during all 4 seasons. On every Sunday. Then that goes away, but I can't come out tomorrow. But yeah. So this will be end. Not the end of the video right now, but this will be the upload, and then I won't have an upload for a couple of weeks because rifle season doesn't come in until the Saturday after Thanksgiving. Then I'm planning on coming back out. That's in for 2 weeks. Then I'll go out. And I don't think, if I remember correctly, archery doesn't come back in until after Christmas, if I remember correctly. Gotta double check that. But yeah, see what I can get done for you guys here. Alright, guys, I didn't see nothing here. I'm getting ready to head out, go out this other spot and hunt. So this will conclude it for this video. Nothing showing here today. It's just one of those things. I would have loved to harvest one of those bucks today at the bow, but it's what it is. I'm gonna go out and see if I can get a doe, at least. If I see a huge buck, I'll take the huge buck. But I'm not taking nothing small. So I have an opportunity here for a good big mature buck. So I have those 3 on trail cam I've caught. Hopefully when rifle season comes along, I get a shot. I've seen them a couple times this year while out archery hunting. Just couldn't get a clean, comfortable shot that I felt comfortable with. Just shooting through some twigs and stuff. I'm not doing that with a bow. It'll deflect the arrow and then it won't. I'd miss it anyway. But hopefully I see them in rifle season. I get them. Bring you along for that. See what happens. But thanks again, guys, for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Until the next one, see you later.